everybody for being here. Thanks everybody for being here. I'm Kim Rayner from All About Spirit, Life, Health, and Money Coaching. And today we're going to talk about your debt personality. And this really fits well with the things that Ryan was talking about, identifying who you are in the world. And also, just knowing your personality type in whatever the things are that you're doing. So most of us don't just have debt, right? We have a relationship with it. And like any kind of relationship, some are healthy, some are toxic. And today, in just under 10 minutes, I'm going to help you identify what your debt personality is. And I'll give you a tip, no matter what kind of personality you have, on how you can take control of the way that you work with your finances. So I'm going to start this process by actually doing a short quiz. So if you can grab a piece of paper and a pen, and you don't have to write a lot, and you don't have to share the details of what you come up with, but I'm going to ask you a short series of questions. So if, let me know when you're ready. I see people still moving around. Okay, awesome. So when a bill is due, I usually A, pay it right away, B, wait to the last minute, C, hope I remember, or D, avoid opening it. And what I want you to record is the A, the B, the C, or the D. All you need is the letter. You don't have to write out the answer. And okay, so question number 2. When I think about my debt, I feel A, confident, I have a plan. B, stressed and overwhelmed. C, I feel like ignoring it, right? Let's just stuff it in a corner somewhere. Or D, I feel guilty and ashamed. Question number 3. How often do you check your bank or credit card balances? A, daily or weekly. B, only when I'm scared I've overspent. C, rarely, I don't like looking at this. Or D, when something goes wrong. Next question is, what is your current debt strategy? A, paying it off intentionally. B, minimum payments only. C, I don't really have a plan. And D, I really try hard not to think about this, right? So those are the questions. So we want to have numbers of A, B, C, and D. And we're going to take the time to tally the results. It's not going to take long. And you want to identify, what do you have the most of? Do you have the most A's, the most B's, the most C's, or the most D's? Now, this is a really short survey, so you're not going to get some real in-depth information here, but it's going to give you an overview of, or an overall glance of who you are and how you move in the world. So my mostly A friends, you are my overachievers, right? These are the people who enter Mighty Mouse mode. I'm going to go through this, right? We put on our superhero costume. There you go, Stephanie. We put on our superhero costume and we create color-coded spreadsheets. We have debt payoff plans up the wazoo. You know your credit score like you know your kids' birthdays, right? You have a lot of information, and the problem that you might bump into is, do I really trust my plan? Can I relax into the things that I'm doing? Do I believe that what I've got going on is actually going to work for me? So these are my overachievers. So a tip for an overachiever is to automate the systems that you have, right? Create methods or schedules, and then schedule in rewards for yourself so you have milestones that you're being rewarded, and it'll help you keep progressing and not give up, not throw in the towel, or not take off your cape. So my mostly B friends, you are my overwhelmed friends. You are the juggler, the plate spinner, oh my gosh, I'm having a meltdown, Molly, because I don't know what to do with my finances. This is so overwhelming. I don't know how to navigate all of this, right? So if you're the overwhelmed type, you're trying to pay the bills, you're feeding the family, you're holding it all together. But man, the math is not mathing for you, and your brain is just done. I can't do this anymore, right? The truth is, you don't need a miracle, you need a map, right? So trying to fix everything at once, it doesn't work for us. That's a one-way ticket to binge watching Netflix or avoiding things, right? So we definitely don't want to do that. So what's a quick tip for my overwhelmed friends It really is to focus on one area this week, to pick one thing that you're going to do this week, whether it's organizing your bills, tracking your spending. Progress builds momentum. It's a process. And if you can break it down, you can get through it. Don't try and eat the whole elephant, at once. So if you are my mostly C friends, you are the avoider, right? You are denial Dan. You are I'll check later, Lisa, right? You're the queen of swipe and pray. When we have this personality type, it is the avoider's favorite financial strategy is pretend it doesn't exist, right? If you don't open the bill, it can't hurt you. I have a stack of bills in the corner. I have a stack of mail someplace. I have a stack of mail here, a stack of mail there, right? And we're not paying attention to what's going on. I can promise you that out of sight does not mean out of debt. That's not the way that this works, right? Debt is a little bit like mold. It grows in the dark. So if you shine a flashlight on it, that's going to help you take the first peek, and it's going to help you to start navigating and changing things and being able to make little small changes to be able to do things differently. And my avoider's quick tip is pick a low risk action. Log into your accounts and just take a look at the balances. Being aware of what you've got going on is really the first step for your being able to change. My mostly D friends are the shamed, right? These are the silent sufferers. These are the debt guilt ridden queens and kings, right? It's all my fault. Why did I do this to myself? And the shamer thinks that they're the problem. Every swipe of the card feels like another failure. Every time I'm paying out for something, it feels like I'm messing up, right? But guess what? You are not your debt. Debt isn't a character flaw. It's a challenge, but you can face it. You can navigate it. So you can't heal the same shame spiral that hurt you, right? So you are not going to necessarily be able to heal what put you into this shame. So it's time to trade your judgment for action. That feels like a personal failure, but it's not. Life happens, and shame is going to keep you stuck where you are. So my quick tip for my shame friends are reframe your debt as data, not drama, right? This is just information that you have. It's not some dramatic thing. It's like, oh, I had to put this on a credit card because I screwed that up. It's not that. It is, I have this much debt on this much card, and how am I going to navigate through this process? So truly the start is by listing your debt without judgment. Just look at the facts. So a lot of times when we think about this, right, there is no wrong or right personality. It might feel like some are better than others, but truly they all have their pitfalls, and we've all sat in one of those spaces, or most of us have sat in one of those spaces at one time or another. So the overachiever, the pitfall for that is, you've got a plan, but if you obsess about every penny, that's not healthy. That's not helpful for you. You're at risk of burning yourself out. You might delay action while you're chasing the next perfect strategy. You might also secretly judge other people who aren't as on top of it as you might be, right? So trust your plan and give yourself some breathing room. For my overwhelmed friends, right? The downfall is analysis paralysis, getting stuck in inaction. And you want to do better, but everything feels urgent and impossible. So you don't know how to prioritize. You don't know what to do. So you just freeze and you sit there and you don't do anything. And that's where the problem comes in. You might end up stuck in survival mode with no real path to get yourself out. So start small, right? One clear next step is really all that you need to build momentum in this process. My next friend is the avoider, right? I love this guy. I think he's so funny. That credit card is going to bite him in the butt. And that is so true. It can bite you in the butt if you're not paying attention, right? They have financial blind spots. They have areas in their life that they don't even see it. They're so good at tuning it out, they don't even pay attention to it. So avoidance doesn't erase your debt. It actually has the opposite effect. It multiplies your debt. And missed payments, mounting interest, hidden fees, they all start to accumulate while you're looking in the other direction. Knowledge is power. Facing your numbers gives you control over what it is that you're trying to accomplish. And then there's my shame-based people, right? These are the people who are truly in emotional paralysis. The guilt and the shame keep you stuck. You feel disconnected. You feel isolated. You see debt as a personal failure instead of a solvable challenge. You are not your debt. So it really is helpful to let go of the judgment so you can rise above that. And there are processes. Most of the time, we're not able to do this work alone because we can't solve a problem that our mind has created. So debt really is not the enemy. The enemy is avoiding a plan. That's the enemy. So I really appreciate you tuning in. This is my contact information. I'm Kim Raynor. I'm a debt solution strategist with all about spirit, life, health, and money coaching. My contact information is up there. And if you click on that QR code, you will go to my website. So thank you. I'll give you a second to do that if you're interested. And thanks for the opportunity. Are there any questions that anybody